Hey, this is Pete from Nova Motorcycles, and this is our 1993 Suzuki Intruder build. This is sort of a follow-up video to another video where we did like an in-progress sort of overview. The bike is almost done. We're just doing the fine-tuning, and this is sort of an interesting project that came to us last year, and it was sort of like a budget build, sort of like trying to figure out how to get a custom and not, overdo it a little bit. So this customer actually came to us and was looking at the Indian Scouts, like a new bike, and those are, over 20,000. And they wanted, they had this bike. It's been in the family for a while, and they wanted us to sort of, you know, go to town on it and spend a lot of money. And we said we love that idea, but a Suzuki Intruder, a 93, is never really going to have tons of value. So you could put a lot of money into it and you would never really get, that equity back. And we suggested maybe doing a Harley build instead, because some of those will retain their value. We sort of did a compromise and we said, okay, well, what if we do sort of a mid-range build and do a couple things. We won't go crazy, and we'll just sort of come up with something that is fun to ride, use the bike we got, um, and we're just doing a couple of the details on it. So this is where we're at now, and we did the custom paint. We did some front end modifications to sort of clean up the stock build. But most of the work is sort of in the tail end here, and we sort of use the seat, the stock seat, and we cleaned up the airbox area, and then this rear fender is pretty much all custom. The stock tail end was pretty bulky and ugly, so we used the fender mounting from the stock bike, and we sort of rebuilt this fender from a blank that we got. So all of the mounting was rebuilt, and then everything was painted. And then we added this sort of pillion seat as well. So both of these were upholstered to match. Yeah, so with a little fine tuning and sort of like a couple sort of aesthetic, what's the word, principles to sort of tie this together to make it look more like a Nova build. We were able to sort of take an ugly Intruder and hopefully we think people like this. We think it came out really good. It's actually really comfortable to ride, and the 1400 twin is it definitely pulls. It's pretty good. So, Sarah, is there anything I'm missing?
No, you got the basics of it. All I would say is, from a mechanical perspective, all we had to do was get it running. It's a Japanese cruiser, so they're pretty reliable. These things have really annoying carburetors, but other than that, we had to get it running, get it reliable, get it going again after sitting. And then on the carb front, we took out the airbox. This was a big point here to make sure we had a way to see through here, normally full of electrics and stuff. But to take out the airbox, we had to put pod filters on, and these are CV carbs from the 80s, or 90s, but they're 80s tech, that are just really tough to get right without running that full airbox. So we've been dialing in the jetting, getting it better and better and better, and it's almost there. It's pretty good. But other than that, everything else was sort of reorganizing electrics. As Pete said, the fabrication on the seat and the fender. This was really fun. Big honking lugs to make that thing fit, and then to make it sit squat like a bobber. We bought new fork tubes and we shortened them about an inch and 3/4.
Yeah, I was going to say almost 2 inches.
Yeah, almost 2 inches. So it really sits low. And then painted the wheels and all that jazz. But there's not a lot done mechanically to the bike per se. Really more fabricating some certain things and just dialing in the looks of it. So we think it's pretty cool. It's Nova's first cruiser, and next one's probably going to be a Harley. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, like and subscribe, and if you have an Intruder, let us know. These are actually really fun bikes to ride, and I guess you can make them not so ugly. So we're really proud of the way this came out. So we're excited for the owner to see it. And yeah, want to start it up. Turn it on. Good.